There was so much abuse in so many levels of the organisation, which I now understand to be a cult.
See, I do things and people say, he's going to go to jail because he's doing that. No, I'm not, because I'm not worried about what's legal. The one thing that's true for me is this reality does not work, and I am not living my life according to anybody else's rules.
Tell us about how you became involved with Access Consciousness.
There's facilitators who represent Access Consciousness, and they came to where I was living in Port Hedland, and I went along to an intro, just a little bit intrigued, but definitely too busy to really throw myself into the organisation. But bit by bit, I found myself more and more intrigued, and the way that the organisation is set up is that you take each class and you progress on to the next class, and with each class you seem to get a little bit more free, and it's quite fun, it's very challenging, it's very difficult work at times emotionally.
So summing up my experience with 20 years of Access Consciousness, I would say that it was physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually and financially torture. I have always been on this, what would you call it, an exploration of self, and when Access showed up I was ready for something different, and it was different, and I enjoyed its difference in the beginning, until all the red flags started to show up, and that's when I really started to question, okay, so what's really going on here? Because I was one of very few facilitators in Australia in the beginning, I had actually introduced a lot of really gorgeous young girls into the organisation through classes that I was facilitating. And then from there, as soon as they moved then to the next level, which was to do a class with, say, the founder, Gary Douglas, or the co-creator, Dane Here, then that's really when I really saw the red flags, where the seduction of women by Dane, scanning the room when he'd first come into a class, and then working on them and then seducing them into his bed. And then after that it was them coming to me looking for facilitation because they felt that they had been totally, am I allowed to swear, fucked over.
I saw hundreds of women walk in and out, some married, some single, some very young, very beautiful, some very wealthy, some single mothers actually, and there was just this constant trail of women who were being groomed to have sexual relations with one of the main leaders. I just really, there was just so many women in the corner crying, waiting outside his hotel room, waiting outside the function room.
Okay, very happy 2024. It sure as heck should be. What else is possible now is my question. Let me ask you a question. How's 2024 going for you? Are you really excited? You ready to create? Ready to change? Ready to do everything you came here to do? Or are you kind of like, it's a little uncomfortable, I got a lot of weird shit going on?
Many men in the room who were somehow competition or a threat to the leaders, were persecuted publicly, just derailed, defiled, humiliated.
What is choice?
What is choice?
What is choice? Choice is everything. Choice is the gift you were given when you were born that you were never allowed to have.
What do you think their hierarchy is motivated by?
Money.
Power, money and control.
And power and glory.
Those three in a nutshell, and it's so obvious.
It was just constant rubbish.
One of the main things a facilitator is told, people are idiots, just take their money.
But kindness is important, right?
Kindness and caring are their top priority.
What if you could be something different? Yeah. Okay, I so look forward to seeing you there. I am super, super excited. Yeah, bye.
What made you finally leave?
Look, it's been building up for years for me to leave. I had to separate what I was facilitating from the people, and I did that probably at least 13, 14 years ago. It was the only way I could stay in the organisation. I really was not, I couldn't deal with the people.
Sometimes we'd go to class and we would hear that somebody suicided, and we know of suicides that occurred, we know of the abuse, we know of people we watched firsthand, people who had been, drug-free or alcohol-free for 10 years, and all of a sudden, somehow the confusion within the group, people fell off the wagon.
I honestly believe I needed to stay to gather more material to get it to this point that I can now expose. That's what I truly believe. I had to be abused and tortured to get to this place of that I can sit freely and say, I saw so much shit. This organisation is a cult and it's evil. And I'm really okay in saying that.
I don't have any anger towards the organisation. But what I have realised after leaving, maybe 5 years ago or something, is through various social media threads, I've watched people come out privately and publicly to some of us, and it's just so disturbing and horrifying how people have left the organisation in shame and have the amount of grief that they have, or how their life just completely fell apart and no one was there for them.
If I could stop one person from being abused, then to me, I'm happy in speaking out. I actually believe that they are facilitating so much consciousness on the planet, and that they personally are so conscious. That's their belief system.
They don't care what happens to you. I just really hope people feel empowered and empowered to get their life back together after being involved in this cult.